Welcome everyone, it is another Honkai Star Rail Sunday, and we are back. So we will be working, you all saw it earlier, the journal is up, and we still have one more weekend before Cyrene makes her grand entrance, our queen. And so we are going to be working on some of these side quests that I have picked up in Amphoreus. As far as I can tell, I have picked up every one of the available side missions, so this is what we have. I think we've only done one so far in a prior stream. So this is about all the side quests you can get in Amphoreus. Not a whole lot, but a lot of times each of these side quests is around 40 minutes of gameplay. So buckle in for that. So we might get through two today. I'm going to work on these first, because these are all related to each other because they're the Amphoreus Annals. So we're going to do these first because they might be a little bit shorter, but I've thought that before, and it took, one of them ended up being like 2 hours long. So no worries. Is there anything else that we are going to do today? So, our man, Dan Hung, in his new 5-star form, is still available, but not for much longer, because Cyrene is appearing. I am going to have to mute every single Honkai Star Rail thing I can find on any social media so that I do not get spoiled, because I will wait until later in the week, and that is something to tell you all about. So, I am going on a trip over the weekend and will not be here until very, very late. I will not be back until very late on Sunday. Like, very late. And so either we are going to have our stream on Friday, or it's going to be on Monday, depending on if I have any time in preparation for the trip on Friday. But the stream still will be happening. It's just probably not going to be on Sunday unless I end up being like, yeah, I'm not tired. Let's totally stream at like 1 in the morning. But we'll see. But yeah, so our man and then Anaxagoras as well. We love him. He is delightful. I would suggest pulling him. He's a great character unit. I did about 3 pulls on him to see if I could get an Eidolon, and we did not get that, but that is fine. Oh, I do have a temple here, so let's do that. Yeah, standard banner I only had 43, so 53 now. No big deal. What do we get? Oh, that's a good light cone. But yeah, so currently we are sitting at 0 in the light cone one, because our husband Don Hung was so kind to me to give me his light cone first pull, and so we are, and with only at 6 pity, so we are at 0. We do have 40 here, so everybody's like, oh, what's your plan with the giant like banner that's going to be occurring in when Cyrene shows up? So the way the next banner is going to work is Cyrene is going to be the main character, like the main unit or whatever, like this, through both patches. So there's usually like patch 1 and patch 2, or section A and section B of a patch. And she is going to be like the main unit that you can pull. It's the new character. And then they're going to have 3 Chrysos heirs that are going to be with her in patch A, and 3 that are going to be in patch B. Let me see if I can show you. Does it show us it? Oh, good. Okay, so it shows us at least patch A, or part A. So in the first part, it's going to be her, and then Hyacinth, Casterus, and Treaty. And then in part B, which is not showing it yet, it's going to be Phynon, Mighty, and Cypher. So my plan, because of how it is set up, is to distribute, because I don't have a billion pulls, and I am like, what is it called, like a dolphin when it comes to how much money I'll spend on this game. It's not a lot. I'll buy like the monthly passes, and then I might invest in like a couple pulls, but if you've ever looked at like the pull thing. I've seen people do the math, and I've done the math myself. The only one that actually makes sense for the amount of money that you're spending is if you get the biggest one. The rest of them are kind of not good. And so they're like not worth the money is what I mean. And so I just am like, I'll get what I get. I'll either get it later, I won't at all. It's fine. So because there are just so many, what we're gonna do, Casterus. I skipped over her at the beginning. Her lore and her personality have won me over. We are currently at 40 with a guarantee. We're gonna put my traditional 30 pulls into her. That'll bring us up to 70. Usually, you get a 5-star at that, like, most commonly in that, like, 60 to 70 range. And so I will probably get her. If we don't, and we still have the guarantee at 70, I'm gonna hold on to that pull, that next pull, until part B, because I'm gonna use that guarantee to get a Phaidon Eidolon, because Phaidon is currently an absolute tank of a character. Nuke would probably be a better comparison. And so I will then pull for Phaidon with that guarantee. If I do get Casterus, of course we're gonna pull for her Light Cone, and then I'm gonna put 30 into Cyrene. And if I get her during that time, amazing. If I don't, move on. We'll go to part B, and then I will put 30 in Cypher, which would put us around 60. And then again, I would pull for like a Phaidon unit, and then I might also put like 30 into Mighty, because Mighty also has some really great Eidolons. So we're just going to be following the 30 rule, the 30 pull rule, so that because I have this much, which seems like a lot of tickets, but when you have that many characters, it's not like a ton. So to conserve our tickets, we're going to be following the 30 pull rule. So that's my plan with that. We do have some achievements. We got them from the event, the Trick or Treat one, or the Try Not to Laugh challenge. That's what it was. Okay, so forever loyal to the Imperator. Have allied character Ceridra grant her teammates peerage 3 times in a single battle. The battle shall go on with an unfinished legacy. Defeat 5 enemies using skill with a character with peerage. You can always trust Dan Heng. Provide a total of 100,000 shield value with allied character Dan Heng in a single battle. And the Ascension of the Shield Powerhouse. All the E-Corps member sprites Judge of Oblivion's 3 single target attacks to the locked-on target hit a shield. And Conservation of Angular Momentum. After E-Corps member sprite Winged Serpent enters the charging state, trigger multiple torque counter units, its charging state is dispelled. We got those mostly from the Try Not to Laugh battle event, which I have all the targets reached. I would personally suggest, if you just want to mow through this event, to use the trial characters that they give you, because they were able to get me all the way through the event in like 30 minutes, I think. And then the other ones I got because this is the closest I have ever gotten to finally getting all the way through Simulated Universe, is in, or not Simulated Universe, in oh shoot, what is this called? Memory of Chaos. I got to the last one, and I'm at 2 out of 3 stars. I am so close, and that is the closest I have ever gotten to fully maxing out one of those. I don't think there's really anything else to update you. I haven't gotten much farther in Golden Gear, and then that's about it. So let's do our messages real quick. That dream bubble had nothing left but laughter. What did you do? So this is after you finish the Try Not to Laugh challenge. Just some combat challenges. With my skill, I cleared them easily. I knew it. Meeting you must be karma for that mysterious figure. Thanks to your help, we carried out a full investigation, and based on what we found so far, this is most likely a trapped dream bubble created by the masked fools for people with a peculiar sense of humor. They say some folks in the cosmos don't react to jokes or comedy at all. No smiles, no laughter, not even a ripple of emotion. And for people like that, our super serious battles, they're hilarious. Humor really is a strange thing, huh? The masked fools won't miss a chance to crack up these stone face types. That's how this dream bubble came to be. Thanks for helping me investigate the Try Not to Laugh challenge case. I've transferred the money to your account. Please don't go saying things like, I don't need this small amount of money in your heart, okay? Have a wonderful life. My boy. I'm currently working on his build because I need to get his crit rate up to 100%. As you can see, I was doing Simulated Universe last. Oh, these things irritate me so much. Oh my god, they don't stay down. There. At least they've stopped bouncing. Anyway, so, what are we doing today? As I stated, we are going to be doing this. So, let us start with this one, Grieving Embers. Elaine sacrificed himself in exchange for the embers. It's time to prove its worth. The ember, paid for with Elaine's life, melts soundlessly into the light, vanishing in an instant. And yet, was it just imagination, or did a warm breeze brush against your cheek? The fleeting life of flame, grieving embers. Channel the embers obtained from Elaine into the flame. I'm going to be honest to y'all, I do not remember that quest enough to have any emotions tied to that. I was just like, I feel like we're almost done with this one, so we'll do that one so that it's done with, and I guess that was the tail end of a quest. Whoops. Find the ghosts that help the residents. As night falls again, there's a commotion near Memorial Market. It seems like someone is in danger. Hurry over and take a look.
Peaceful days are like breezes, carrying the scent of wheat fields.
This person in front of me, is she real? She's silent, but somehow you can tell she means no harm. Greetings. A scent of clouds. Have you been to my homeland? Clouds? Could it be? Aquila. What a nostalgic sound. Yes, yes. Twilight. Courtyard. The sound of wind in the deep blue sky. Please help me find the way home. I want to return to that sky. With those words, the figure vanishes in an instant, as if it never existed, but in your hand you find a pendant you didn't even notice you were holding. No one responds. She seems to be connected to the Twilight Courtyard, but doesn't seem to know Hyacinth. Also, when she said return to the sky, what does she mean? Anyway, I should finish what can be done. There doesn't seem to be like a marker, just to be in this area kind of thing. Look for relevant memories nearby. Oh. Won't let me walk down. Okay. That one and that one. So let's make sure not to hit that by accident. Mother, you once said, winter, rain, sunlight, they are all the same. Only when they come together does the sky become flawless and radiant. The pendant quivers slightly, leading you further down. Okay. Where else? It's probably in each of the sections, right? Oh, okay, we have markers now. I gotta tell you guys, I am so sad that we will be leaving Amphoreus, and I am so concerned having seen some of these photos and then people kind of talking about like, oh god, how do I need to about like what the next section is gonna be and what that's gonna mean for Amphoreus. Like, I am concerned for them. I just want them to be happy and to be able to exist in Father, you once said the faint light symbolizes healing and reconciliation. But if a healer can't heal themselves, where can they turn? The pendant quivers slightly, leading you further down. Okay, where is it taking me now? Here. What is the... okay. Like, what's the closest? Ooh, that's always so provocative of an image. Evocative? Provocative? Evocative? I think it's evocative. The boundary between dawn and dusk fades, and this vow will live on in the name of the Twilight Courtyard. So it's enough, right? I really just wanted to see you both again. The figure falls silent, and the pendant in your hand sinks into slumber, leading you towards the bottom of the sky. Bring the pendant to the bottom of the Cloudage Bastion ruins, Eye of Twilight. The vortex of the heart of the furnace emits a fearsome glow. Where the blood of titans boil, you cautiously stand at the edge, feeling its heat beat against your cheeks. Perhaps this is the destiny of the Chrysos heirs, to return to the starlit flames and be born anew. This is it. Now just place the pendant into the pool. Welcome home, Moria. This time, we won't be separated again. You snap out of your confusion, and the prismatic barrier slowly melts away. Somehow, Hyacinth has cloaked you with her power. The lingering sensation of Oryx's prayer still clings to you. The recent experience, perhaps, was just a fleeting memory. Yeah. Even with wings scattered and smiles of the earth's creatures make you stop and look, and the place where sky's denizens belong remains the same blue expanse. Thank you, everyone. The voice fades away, leaving a sense of calm. May she rest well. Okay, usually we can't knock through these, but I wonder if they kind of shortened some of the side quests a little bit.
Peaceful days are like breezes, carrying the scent of wheat fields.
Let's see. The prophet isn't working today. They're not working. Not working. Disquieting dream. Questions citizens nearby and questions citizens further away. Scornful citizen. Huh, another fool misled by that charlatan. Before you get scammed upside down by her, a word of advice. Go wash your face and clear your mind. It'll be too late if you want to meet Pasthesia. When I arrived, I happened to witness the city guards escorting that scoundrel away. So many years, and someone smart finally saw through her tricks. Before Yanisopolis was destroyed, the priests of the Temple of the Three Fates frequently concocted prophecies, colluding with those scummy politicians. They would even distort Oryx's prophecies for their own gains. Only people who have never experienced those times would believe the foretellings of a blind from dubious origins. The ranting man details the various crimes of past priests, sometimes in anger, sometimes in tears. You'd better leave before he gets hysterical. Better go look for the city guards who detained Pasthesia and ask about the situation. Outlander friend, I see you've been waiting long. You must be seeking a prophecy from the Oracle Dream Mother. Don't panic. Please allow us a moment of your time to introduce Pasthesia, our prophet. None knows of her past. She emerged from the ruins of Yanisopolis, leading refugees across the Black Tide. She foresaw the trials of the future in her dreams, and handpicked those summoned by destiny, bestowing prophecies upon them to guide the lost through the fog. Ooh, that's never a good thing. It's never when it's like, oh yeah, I handpick who we're gonna be. That's cult leader taking advantage of the people that they're like, oh, these are people who will succumb to my, to the words I'm making up. Yep. We even once suspected her to be one of the Chrysoceres because of her blind eyes. Either that or one of Oryx's kin. Anyway, she's a good person. If she didn't remind me to return home earlier, my daughter would have been summoned to Thanatos' kingdom by the fire. She even had an old person go to Akuma City Gates on the first day of the month of cultivation. There he found 2 brothers he thought lost during the war. Nope. There's a city guard nearby that seems free. Maybe he'll know something. Isn't this Lady Aglia's guest? What matter of business do you have here? If you're looking for Lady Pasthesia, she has left. Judging by her troubled looks, it's likely caused by that dream. It's also our fault, as we often trouble her to assist us for our work. Yet we can hardly help her when it comes to her work. Yanisopolis' ghost. It would be great if we could catch it. Speaking of this ghost, you could say it and I are old acquaintances. When the black tide descended, my father took me and escaped, but the danger was greater than we could ever imagine. The people with us disappear one by one in the darkness. Hunger and fear gradually turned into despair, but then Oryx's Titankin appeared in front of us. It said that within the dilapidated Temple of the Three Fates, a prophet named Pasthesia was waiting for us. She will bring a prophecy from the Fate Titans, leading us to Akuma. Whatever happens next was exactly what the Titankin said. We found her among the ruins, and she saved us with her prophecy. If things just ended there, it would have been fine, but since then, Pasthesia often hears its voice in her dreams. Year after year, it's like a ghost haunting her. We've also tried returning to the Abyss of Fate, looking for that Titankin, but it was all in vain. After arriving at Akuma, Lady Pasthesia quickly integrated herself. She offers her help to those chosen by destiny and routinely bestows her prophecies on us, just like today. Citizens that were attacked by monsters, lost refugees. So far, many have been saved by her prophecies. Even if people slandered her and called her a liar because they weren't chosen, she just laughed it off. If only I could share some of her burdens. Let's stop the chit-chat here. If you're here seeking a prophecy, it's better to do it some other day. It's probably fate's decree that you're not able to meet her. According to the city guard, Destiny has already decided you will not meet Pasthesia. However, you can choose a more unconventional method. For example, letting a fellow companion delve into her memories. Though it's not polite to snoop into others' past. If you think about it, you've done plenty of that too. Besides, if you want to locate Pasthesia, I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm like over here trying to like figure out how to say her name properly. Because it's like, I think Athena has the at the end. Pasithia? 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 Pasithia. Pasithia. Okay. This is the only way up. I will special summon Mim to the battlefield. Yu-Gi-Oh! Mim, I choose you, Pokemon. Help me, Super Mim. I'm sure that's like a Digimon or something, reference. I don't know why, but I can't help but feel resentful. I've heard most of the details. Since you asked me with such sincerity, I shall help you mercifully. Mim has a serious expression, with a gaze that seems to penetrate into the past, but from your perspective, it looks like it's just floating about. What a sad expression. What's in her hand? A diary? Do I need to take a look at what's written inside? Remember, doing this is not of Mim's own will, but by you forcing Mim's hand. Ugh, what messy handwriting. Yet another voice disappeared, and I still remember. Pasithia, you're the most despicable liar. If you who fabricated the prophecy and everyone perished because of you. The writing on this page is practically swirling in circles. I'm so dizzy. Everything that's happened is Ornyx's punishment for me. I betrayed them and I deserve this. Veil of Evernight, these blind eyes can no longer get a glimpse of yours. She's writing with such force that she's almost piercing through the paper. I've given up. I've never been able to break free from the shackles of fate since the beginning. If there is a way to break free of it, I can only think of one. Oh shoot, something huge is happening. Death, I will return to the embrace of Thanatos. We have to find her quickly. A dangerous place, a place hidden from everyone else. Ugh, where is it? Ah, I know, an elevated place, a place near the sky.
Does it really work?
You made it. Panting heavily, you stop in front of Pasithia. Oh my god. With only one thought echoing in your blank mind. Don't rush, my friend. I am not Minesta's butterfly. I will not flit away before your eyes. Before you start, let me guess your identity. You're the honored guest of the Chrysosauros who was causing such a commotion at Akuma just a few days back, right? I remember every voice in the city. Naturally, I can differentiate from the new voices. That was a close one. Trailblazer, oh Trailblazer, have you forgotten the important mission you carry? Your brain runs at full capacity, thinking of ways to stop her from jumping down. Really? That is not a good habit. May Ornyx bestow their blessings upon you and bless you with blissful sleep. Pasithia wears a serene smile on her face, but you know it's just a sign of numbness. Not do anything rash now. Huh? I was just taking a stroll. Unless, judging by your urgent tone, you're here because of this. But I don't think I've done anything for anyone to misunderstand. You tell Pasithia everything you've seen along the way, including collaborating with Mim to sneak a glance at the diary. Only her reaction is entirely different from what you expected. You're saying that Mim can access my memories? Sorry, allow me to collect myself. The situation with the diary, I can't really explain clearly now, but I hope you can call upon that friend of yours called Mim to help me find someone. That spirit, that Ornyx's kin. A ghost? The slumbering Ornyx often conceals fate within their murmurs. The murmurs traverse the celestial veil and become sounds beyond the reach of ordinary people. I can hear their murmurs and glean prophecies from them. Yet, for many years, my dreams have always been plagued with another noise. Although it's very muffled, two words are clearer than anything else. Pathesia. Liar. Ornyx, are they angry over my betrayal, hence them melting such punishment? If that's the case, why did they send their kin to guide others to save me from the ruins? What is destiny? This question feels like a knife, gouging out my eyes and leaving them at the ruins. I can hear the whispers of the future in my dreams, yet my eyes can only gaze into the past. Everyone in the holy city takes care of me, yet their searches yield nothing. If it's you, perhaps Ornyx's blessing will lead you to it. Ornyx's dream murmurs not only hold the fate of the future, but also memories of the past. As long as you can bring me the echoes from beyond the veil left behind at the abyss of fate, I will be able to find traces of the Titans' whereabouts and hear the truth from their mouth. Message from Treebeam. Little Gray, did you find Pasthea? Have no fear when I'm on the job, but I'm currently dealing with something urgent. Give me some time and I'll get to the bottom of it when I'm back. We don't know what you're facing, but keep it up, Little Gray. Also, why is Bartholos just hanging out here? Clear skies, green gas, citizens out and about. Our ancestor Zagreus once said, the slightest thought is the sin of an idle afternoon. Let's leave the matter aside for now and tell me what you wanted to talk about. I'll banter with you. I shan't see you often. I should be on my walk this idle afternoon. I guess you can just chit-chat with him to get some lore. Which I believe we've already done. Okay, it's in here. I was like, where's the closest teleport point? To find Ornyx's echoes from beyond the sky is such a huge place. It feels a little vague. It's decided. Let's make do and use Ornyx's prophecy tablet. Come on, I found the direction of the sound. Do you really think we can find the new Holy Maiden? Since the fall of Yanis, the Fate Titans have persistently answered our prayers with silence. This makes it hard for me to believe that it's their punishment for humans who take the lives of their own kin. Prophecies are necessary. Once we lose the prophecies, Yiannopoulos' position in the Alliance will be obliterated. By then, it will just be a blade of grass among the black tide, merely a trophy for Nikador's legion to mount on their shields and spears. If worse comes to worse, we can prop that girl up. Like we always do? What the Alliance needs is just prophecies, not real prophecies. Everyone is well aware of that. As long as we have the Holy Maiden in the palm of our hands like a bird in a cage, whatever the Fate Titans have truly foretold is left for us to interpret, isn't it? But my concern is, what if she also escapes? Then what? Or in a moment of desperation she escapes into the hand of Thanatos. If you and I both keep quiet, who will know whether the Holy Maiden living at the depths of the temple is the same person as before? Just a while ago I met your husband, the warrior who always returned victorious, but now even poverty shrouds a hero's family alongside Zagreus' mockery. Parents lose their lives, driven into the river of souls by the ravages of war, while children are left bereft of their family, entering eternal sleep amidst hunger and sickness. We are the powerless. In stopping the spread of the black tide, this failure lies with us, the ones in power. If she becomes the Holy Maiden, can I still see her? The dust of the secular world will taint the Holy Maiden's purity. The infamy that stained the previous Holy Maiden was thanks to her mother, who deluded herself into stealing away Yanis' core flame that led to the present downfall of Yiannopoulos. What if she doesn't succeed? What I'm saying is, Pasthea is just a normal child. You can pick off the street. Why would the gaze of Ornyx land on such a girl? Madam, how long can you keep raising her? The black tide swallows the land to the pillar of stone as we speak. Wheat fields are corroded, and the soil is flooded. How will you withstand this famine? It won't be long until you all starve to death here. The priest suddenly raises his voice. Even Pasthea, who has been fretting over the ritual, can't help turning her head. Don't get distracted, Pasthea. Keep following the instructions of the acolyte. Now you have the chance to change destiny. She will become a holy maiden who does not need to worry about food and shelter. As compensation, we will offer you, her mother, enough food to tide through the famine. Do what is good for you. Close your eyes and cast your soul into the Evernight Vale. Among the starry night, Oryx, the wheel of time and destiny, shall grind your pure soul. Uncle, if the wheel rolls over me, will I break just like my father? If I break, I will go to Thanatos. Does that mean I'll never be able to see Oryx? It's just a chant. Be quiet and do as I say. Okay, Uncle. I'm afraid of pain. Can you get Oryx to be faster? I'm afraid. The girl's wayfish body quivers beneath the acolyte's gaze. She thinks of saying something, but is still worried Oryx might accidentally break her. A growl escapes her hungry stomach, swiftly cutting off the blasphemous thoughts. Sorry. Now take out the ceremonial herbs and don't put your hands in your mouth. You'll get poisoned. Do you still remember what I taught you? What's the next step to the tripartite ritual? Recite the Gate of Infinity. 10 Lantons praise. Nonsense, says Yanis. Echoes from beyond the sky, so this is how it feels. Got it. Let's go. We have to find the next prophecy tablet. Sure enough, people really care about prophecies. Let's continue forward. New echoes from beyond the sky should be nearby. Everyone, the terrifying black tide is devouring the lands, and the Mad King's lance will be pointed at any city at any time. Even right here, the shadow of misfortune attempts to drag us towards annihilation. Listen to what is said to you. It is said that Oryx refused to bestow a prophecy, and that the Titans never loved their subjects. Would you have succumbed to its trickery? Capture it. Flagellate it. Damnable liar. Lapdog of Zagreus. O priest, may Oryx not castigate those kind souls deceived by trickery. Naturally, destiny will protect us. Oryx's prophecy has been bestowed. They are the words of the Titans. They form untwistable and unwavering destiny. We will eventually triumph over death and strife. May the gods' gaze shine radiant over our glorious advance. Is everyone here clear? Destiny, grand destiny will protect us. Praise Oryx! Praise Oryx! Still nothing? What exactly are you good for as a holy maiden? But Oryx... I know they're staying silent, but what do you think we brought you here? Prophecy, prophecy. Without Oryx's prophecy, you're nothing. I honestly don't know what fortune you stumbled onto that day to be able to receive their prophecy. I'm now thoroughly suspecting that it's all a trick by Zagreus, for the holy maiden's title to be adorned on trash like you and make a mockery of us. You and that old woman are nothing but scheming liars. The girl's jaws are tightly clenched, tasting iron through gritted teeth. Such words are nothing less than sheer insults to her and her mother. No matter what, you will all say what you need in order to mislead others. If that's the case, what use is I as the holy maiden? You think we don't know that the common folk can't tell the difference between true and false prophecies? Why, all prophecies will only invite catastrophe and repeating the mistakes that Chrysos wore. I know that you've always thought of us as a bunch of liars, using prophecies to control the fools outside the temple. But let me tell you, the ones who truly need prophecies are not us, but them. If I told them now that the prophecies don't exist, would they even have any hope of surviving the black tide? Ha! They would barge in and tear us to shreds and wait for Thanatos in despair. That damn destiny, what did they only leave us with the worthless Oryx? That won't do. You're asking too much. We'll be exposed if we keep this up. I know, the fervent ranks of those loose-tongued sophists swell by the day. So that's why you want Oryx to bestow a prophecy upon you? I hear that Nikador's legion is but fewer than 3 days away from your city. They won't buy any contrived prophecies of destiny. Huh, you were begging for our favor merely a year ago, but I get it, the tables have turned. But since the gloves are off, don't blame me for spilling the entire truth. I have no authority to interfere with your actions, and you're not the first to do so. Go tell them whose pockets those riches now line, and how the offerings will never bring them fortune. Go tell them the Titans won't protect them, and the black tide will inevitably surge across the lands. Even if Oryx remains silent, I can foretell your future after you tell the people these truths. The citizens will kill you. They will not believe it. We'll see. One day the scales of justice will exact equal retribution unto each and every one of us. I hope so too, but Talantin is gone. The acolyte lethargically stares into the distance and sighs, as if what he once believed and deeply loved had long since perished alongside the titans that the temple once worshipped. If the Fate Titans could really peer into the future, would they have seen the Black Tide devour everything? Why do they not come and save us? Why do they not refuse the destiny that forces them to offer up the core flame? Or are they also powerless before destiny itself? That missing memory and sound are getting clearer. They are right in front. Oh, it's hurting my ears. You should be more careful, too. Where are we going now? It's a lot of chaotic echoes, like the sound of many people crying. And we don't even have to unlock this one. Oh, only 2, not 3. It's getting more unsafe outside these days. The sounds outside the temple have been wanting, and our offerings dwindle by the day. Most of these ritual herbs have withered and died. Were they brought from within the Black Tide? Yes, Your Highness. It is said that we lost many a good man trying to flee the monsters spawned off the Black Tide. We couldn't even bring their bodies back home. But what other solutions do they have? All they have are the hopes of the temple's meager rewards to feed their families. The relatives of the dead, note them down and double their remunerations. There we go. This is Ornyx's blessing unto them. I will pay for the portion that exceeds the allotted compensation. Also tell them, in the near future, the temple will have no need of tributes or herbs. We have little else to reward them with. If they wish to live, tell them to go to the holy city of Akuma. My lord, you mean... I have already said what has to be said. As for the things I didn't say, I'm sure you know how to explain them to the commoners. Understood. This is absolutely not the destruction preordained by the prophecy. Some of us are simply unhappy with the poverty that comes with worshipping the Fate Titans. So we were deceived by Zagreus and fled to Akuma. Very good. Send the herbs to the Holy Maiden, and the ritual to Ornyx is about to start. Before I leave, forgive me for asking. Can we truly not escape this fate? We can persuade those stubborn priests to plead for the aid from Akuma. If Yannisopolis is destined to fall, reinforcements will only cause more people to forsake their lives here. My lord, may the gods' gaze shine radiant on our glorious advance. Allow me to ascertain once again, the Black Tide will devour Yannisopolis? Did the prophecy really state this? After being silent for so many years, Ornyx responded to us just like that? This is the destiny in which we were so devoutly believe? Are we supposed to watch helplessly as the city is offered to the savage Nikador? Have Pasithea plead with the three fates once more. Pre-offer the most luxurious of sacrifice to the Titan. Mayhaps Ornyx will change their mind. Then we will rewrite our fate. That's right. The way they are now, they're just feverish with rage. It's nothing more than one of their tantrums to frighten us mortals. Well, say something. If I told you that the Black Tide will kill us all and everyone will die, will you believe me? Of course not. After fighting the Calamity Titans for so many years, having to lie to those boorish common folk every day with a new tale, at least let them live on their own supposed honor. Now you're telling me that everything we did was for naught? If I told you now that the Black Tide will not breach us, that we will all live, will you believe me then? We simply do not wish to admit it ourselves. So many cities have been decimated by time. Now it is our turn. Then that prophecy, how do we just do what you usually do? Well, yes, don't be in a hurry to leave. We'll still attempt what you said, to have Pasithea try again in hopes of destiny turning in our favor. You feel a wave of dizziness, as if Pasithea emotions are penetrating time and memory and going right into your mind. I've tried everything, I really have, but it's no use. Nothing will change. Black Tide, the Black Tide, I still see it surging towards us. Why does destiny toy with us so? Ornyx, do you hate me that much? Nausea, vertigo, your senses start to drift in the muddle from successive shocks. The future doesn't even exist. All I can see is a pitch-black world, ruin, death, the maddened Titan, the other dead Titans. If I can't change anything, why do you let me see these? Do you want even more people to wallow in despair like you? But why me? I haven't done anything. I just want... Someone is whispering in your ear, danger, stop. Is this Mim? You try to discern the voice, but an irresistible force is enticing you to close your eyes. Some memories in this world are so chaotic they can reversely devour the observer's consciousness. Unfortunately, your memo keeper friends haven't yet taught you that fact. Helpless and unprotected, fear and fatigue assault you. As long as you close your eyes and let your soul sink into the Evernight, then all these woes will fade away. Athenia, open your eyes. What did you see in Oryonyx's prophecy? But this should not be your end. Destiny will not treat you so unfairly. Do you not think it owes you a future? If you did not become the Holy Maiden, then would everything have turned out differently? Unfettered, free among the free, like a bird. Circe's disciple, or perhaps a subject graced by Aquila, using your wisdom create, record, and decipher. Your eloquent rhetoric will be quoted by countless others after you. Your name will also be remembered by scholars of the Grove. But all this will not come to pass. You are just Poetentate, the holy maiden of the Temple of the Three Fates, a prisoner without dignity or freedom. Now answer me, Poetentate, what did you see in Oryonyx's prophecy? You see the black tide swallowing the land. The death led by Thanatos brings decay and rot. It is truly fair. Aquila's disciples, Circe's disciples, and Oryonyx's disciples all are equally facing eternal slumber and death. No matter where you escape, destiny is omnipresent. It will always follow in your shadow, just like every time it did in the past. There's only darkness and death, death and darkness, darkness and death. Where else can you escape unless you offer up your soul to Thanatos? That's right, Thanatos, the sacrifice. Swallow those poisonous herbs. And then the black tide arrived. You awaken in a familiar place. Do you still remember what happened? To escape destiny, Poetentate, you betrayed Oryonyx, imbibed poison, and turned yourself into Thanatos' embrace. But even death did not die in possession of your tragic soul. Go forth. The scale has ascertained the weight of your soul, only a fate worthy of its weights. Though they may have fallen already, the remaining judgments of Talantin are many and varied. It's quite ironic to think that even now, to overcome its challenges, you need the hand of Zagreus. My lord, let me do the heavy work. You must take care of your health. Very well, do you remember how to do it? After all these years serving you, one thing I'm certain of, the celestial spear that symbolizes the world should be on the right, isn't it? That's right, the celestial spear weight goes on the right, and we stand at the left, Trey. The scale will lift us right to the destination. Let's go. Hope Lady Poetentate can make it. I've given up trying to say her name properly. Okay, so I've been up there before for like other stuff, so I guess this quest is supposed to teach you how to get up there. I was collecting coins, if you can't tell where the hand is placed currently. Open your eyes and look, Poetentate. Look at your miserable visage. The poison did not take your life, but robbed you of your eyes. Of course, that much is sufficient. You are no longer able to complete the Holy Maiden's prayer. You can only be locked away by the priest here, and then buried in debris. Why did they not leave you to your devices? Because they have a mere tinge of conscience left in them. But that is not important, for they are probably all dead in the Black Time's deluge. After a long time, you feel famished, a sensation you have not felt for a long time. You still remember the last words your mother said to you when you left her. She tried her hardest to force a smile. As soon as the corners of her lips drooped, her tears would flow down her wrinkled crevices. Cheer up, Poetentate. You won't ever have to go hungry again. She sold you to these priests so that she could live. You were never able to step foot outside the Temple of the Three Fates after that day. Perhaps from that moment that happened, you were already dead. Stop thinking about the events and that woman who abandoned you. Even if you had a million reasons to speak up for her, hunger and fear will fuel your instinctive hate for her. You have even started to abhor that previous holy maiden. If not for her, would you even be in such a belligerent predicament? But you know you are just venting your frustration. Very soon you will die here. Who do we have here? Our esteemed holy maiden. Accusing us of being liars, fabricating prophecies from your ivory tower, defending it with fervor. And how is Ornyx treating you? I obviously know the prophecy we declared is false, but since that's the case, why doesn't the Titan give us the true prophecy? Do they wish to simply watch as Amphoreus is destroyed? Old friend, no need to be so harsh on the ignorant girl. Be it her, us, or the Fate Titans, we are all but all prisoners of the abyss of fate. No escape, it is inevitable. Go, Pathesia, go witness your destiny and make a choice for it. Your young self would not understand what methods Ornyx employed to reveal those destinies to you beyond the prophecies. Ever since both your two kin passed, this could be the Titan's most generous revelation as the tragic scene reflected in your eyes. Locked in the depths of the temples, choking on poison herbs, finally buried beneath the debris. What you have experienced is but a nightmare of the future you encountered in a stupor. As long as you allow lies to flow from your lips, you will embark on a path towards another future and escape this tragic destiny. Child, what choice will you make? Deceive them, claiming to have not seen anything, and that Ornyx never revealed anything to you. You've successfully escaped the cage of being a holy maiden. What do you intend to do next? You try to imagine such an unrealistic future, but in reality you all will soon die from hunger. The food in the house has already been depleted, and your mother is enduring hunger to protect you from it. This is the first time you notice that her figure has become so emaciated. As long as you become the holy maiden, you will all survive. This is your only destiny. This destiny cannot be altered. Your mother will not blame you. To ensure your survival, she will likely take on dangerous jobs, doing work deep in the black tide. Someday in the future, there will be strangers knocking on your door, bringing you to attend her funeral. Your mother, the only one who still loves you in this world, and the only one you still love. She has given you everything she has. Now she even has to give up her life for you. You have to become the holy maiden, or else she'll die in the black tide. Praise destiny, you still became the holy maiden. As time marches on, the black tide and death both arrive at the moment revealed by fate. Pathesia, you're going to die. As she loses consciousness, the memory of the past gradually fades as well. Suddenly, you hear a familiar voice calling to you. Kalis! Kalis! You're finally awake. You were walking this way in a daze, and that scared me. This must be the final echoes from beyond the sky. Bring them to Pathesia.
Peaceful days are like breezes.
So
carrying the
Pathesia is
scent of
dead?
wheat fields.
And then this is like the projection of memory. Mr. Kalis, is that you? I heard your footsteps and the Titan sounds. To think these memories are still held in Yanisopolis. Never did I imagine I would recollect my past in such a way. Ornyx's kin, let's hope we find them from these sounds. Pathesia gently places her fingertips on the back of your ear, and the echoes flow into your ears, carrying her confession with them. The sound of collapse and cries, they are sounds I'll never forget, the haunting echoes of the black tide. At that time, I cowered in the temple, waiting for Thanatos to lead me from my bitterness to their river. But what arrived was a group of fugitives, guided by Ornyx, seeking an oracle from the Holy Maiden. O destiny, I scream at thee, to hell with the Holy Maiden, I am nothing but a blind woman now. Yet, like the priests, I forged an oracle. In the darkness, I clung to my childhood memories, barely piecing together the path that would lead to Akuma. Then I pointed to the sky and said to them, Move ahead, the Time Titan has delivered a prophecy. We shall overcome the barriers of death and reach the holy city of Kefali. On the very night we marched into Akama, I, who had lost my sight, heard an echo from beyond the heavens in my dreams. Just like a prayer whispered in the temple, I understood the meaning of the echo the moment I heard it. This identity I had fought so hard to escape from had finally. At some point, Pathesia found herself surrounded by citizens seeking an oracle. I felt as if you were no longer in Akama, but transported to the temple of the three fates in the past. Lady Pathesia, please look at me. Did you see my destiny from the Titan's revelations? High Priest, please tell us, what orders did the Holy Maiden receive? As for Yanisopoulos, no, the destiny of Amphoreus, how would it be? O great oracle dream mother, I came not with a wish, but simply to offer our heartfelt gratitude and deepest respect. Fate, glorious fate, will protect us. We will eventually triumph over death and strife. May the gods' gazes shine radiant over our glorious advance. Reveal to us the oracle, and we shall dedicate ourselves fully to the prophecies of the Titans. Praise Orynyx, praise Orynyx. It seems like nothing has changed. Everyone, today is my day of rest. Let's reconvene another time. As Pathesia's proclamation, the noise in your ears suddenly quieted. The crowd dispersed noisily, yet without much complaint. Lady Pathesia, your prophecy was true. We discovered a mother and her daughter in the ruins. The child's health is deteriorating. Please find a doctor for her as soon as possible. O Oracle, Dream Mother, the elders in my family have recently made some delicious sweet cakes. I shall bring some to you shortly. Then I'll gladly accept it. You seem exhausted lately. Let's take a trip to the hot springs again in a few days to recharge. Sure, I wanted to suggest that too. Shortly after, the area around Pathesia returns to the quietness it had moments ago. Fate. As one blessed by Orynyx, what do you think fate looks like? I used to think I was free from destiny, and I walked towards death based on my choices. But Orynyx's kin led them again to the temple, where they found the Holy Maiden who betrayed the Titans. Come to think of it, Pathesia and the liar may not have been the targets of that kin's accusations, but rather a dismissive sneer at my futile defiance. But no matter what, I am determined to find the kin and seek the answers. Am I truly free from my destiny, or is my struggle for freedom itself a part of my destiny? Echoes from beyond the sky. Though they sleep-talk seem unrelated, I discovered a shadow of the Titan within them. Have they been waiting for my return? Mr. Kalis, please bring me back. I understand this is a selfish request, to carry a burden like me through such perilous ground, but I must witness it myself. You carefully support Pathesia, stopping and starting along the way until finally reaching the location. A familiar touch. When was the last time I stood here? I can't even remember. I stayed here for many years, but most of the time was spent in the depths of the temple. The time truly spent walking this land has been rare. The truth is right before our eyes. I can already hear their voice, but I'm fearful. If I really never once escaped destiny, if Orynyx watched my betrayal of them, then watched me receive their salvation, I don't know how to face it all. Yes, everyone at Akama is still waiting for my return. Unravel the final memory. Let us witness the true face of Orynyx's kin. I imagine, because they keep bringing up her mother, it's probably her mom. Friends, you all escaped from here from other cities, right? The black tide can no longer be contained, and the torrents of Thanatos will swallow the earth whole. Why am I not afraid? For I do not fear death, as I am Orynyx's kin and belong solely to their starry night. Please do not panic. Orynyx sent me here to offer you all salvation. Hear me. Before you stands the temple of the Fate Titans. Walk forth and deep into the ruins, and you shall find a prophet. Her name is Pathesia. Bring her out, and she shall bestow you the prophecy of the Fate Titans, ensuring your survival to Akama. In the world beyond memories, Pathesia is listening to the sounds here. You can hear her breaths becoming increasingly frantic. Orynyx, the almighty Fate Titan, I beg not for your forgiveness for my sins. I am the most despicable of liars, and for my own selfishness I sacrifice the lives of many innocents. But if I keep my silence, who will save her? If there's anyone who deserves to be punished, it should be me, the one who abandoned her. If I only tried harder, if I could only have kept her from growing hungry, if only I brought her along to escape to Akama, if only, if only. Are you listening, Orynyx? I can offer my everything, my heart, my eyes, as long as you can fulfill my wish. Oh, Destiny, please save my daughter. Okay, that's who I was expecting. The lingering memory fades into the air. From today on, Pathesia's dreams will not be haunted by the echoes of the ghost anymore. Pathesia's lips curl up, then inward. She clenches her jaw, fighting to hold back her tears. I've never once thought that this would be the truth. My mother, the last time I saw her, I wasn't Orynyx's holy maiden yet. My friend, how did my mother's figure look? In the end, both my mother and I became liars who fabricated prophecies. I chased destiny to this point, only to end up with nothing. Orynyx and my mother, have we truly succeeded in breaking free of our own destinies? How ridiculous. This question has bothered me for years, yet when I discover the truth, I realize that all of these are no longer important. Yes, there are always things that we are powerless to change regardless of destiny. However, as long as we take action, we will end up changing some things. While in the ruins, Orynyx will never reveal to me a world after the Black Tide. Even if it's a blind hope, I always wish to believe that if I was who chose destiny, not the other way around. Mother, I am very happy now. But I can no longer hear your voice in my dreams. In the future, it might get a little lonely. Silenced clamoring. Find the spirit calling out to Pathesia in the dream. Even if the fates are cold and merciless, some things will still change. Little Gray, what did Pathesia say? She asked you to lift your pillow, and that's it. It can't possibly be there. We've looked for it high and low. Ah! Found it. Okay, well, we got through all of those, which were actually shorter than I expected. That last one was about 30 minutes long. So it looks like we'll probably be able to do at least one more of these. Oh, and the this person's busy one went away from these, so that's good. So let's just go in order for these Amphoreus Annals then. Search for the required materials for the mystical ceremony. Unexpectedly, you come across an ancient scroll in Akuma detailing a mystical ceremony. Follow the instructions carefully and gather all the necessary materials. What will be summoned at the designated location? Oh, real quick. Because we have memory shards.
Peaceful days are like breezes, carrying the scent of wheat fields.
Oh, I guess I already got it for this week. How many do we have of the memory shards? Oh my god, I think that's like literally just short, because I think you need 53 to be able to clear out all the stock over at the Yanis's steed shop. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6. Oh, I need 6. Okay. That's why I was hoping I would be able to get that. And I hadn't already used it this week, so then I could, let's see. Oh? A mystery item. The monster behind the gate. You seem to have bought something rather amazing. Awoo! Ah! Awoo! As the light dims, a cute but strange creature appears before you. Nobody knows what lies beyond the gate, but it looks as though Yanis is willing to bless you. Take it with you. Henceforth, this wee chimera belongs to you. Awoo! An unexpected outcome. You were going to argue against the wooden horse, but this little chimera is already glued onto you, so let's stash it in our private bag for the time being. Huh, a mystery item. The sacred beast of Fagusa. You should take it and put it in display in your room. Wait. Okay, I was about to be like, we don't just get a new pet just like that, do we?
Your wills, no matter the cost.
The golden eyes were just amazing every time. So I guess these just go into... I am going the wrong way. I know it. Yep.
Have you heard? Seems like all I'd love to go in and take a look.
Awoo! Hello, I'm your chimera. Is there anything you need me to do, Awoo? I am a sacred creature of Circe's, Awoo. Don't lump me in with those unintelligent creatures. I have my pride, Awoo. Alright then, you suddenly wonder, if Pepe lived in the world, which titan would he follow? Awoo, then I'll just rest here. Come back to me if you need anything else, Awoo. Transform! So he's just hanging out in our room now. This looks like a suitable place to put a mysterious object you bought from the wooden horse, though you still have no idea what is inside this crate. Do you want to tear it open and see? With great anticipation, you tear open the crate and find a giant sea doll. Seal doll. Alright, you recall someone referring to this species as divine beast of Fagusa. Maybe placing a doll of a divine image in your room will bring good things your way. A giant seal doll that looks very soft to the touch. When faced with something this fluffy, no one can resist the urge to squeeze it tight, so you give it a big hug. You embrace the seal doll in your arms and lose yourself in the comfort and warmth of its fur. Drowsiness and an illusion of happiness begins to slowly sprout from the depths of your mind. You enjoy a wonderful moment of peace and quiet in the bath. This is exactly what you expect from the sacred beast of Fagusa. Just a touch is enough to enchant you, and you immediately come to understand its mysterious power. There's no doubt in your mind that you want to come back here again. Though I'm happy to add a little bit of flair to this room, I would rather these be on the express. Like me being able to use this in the bath at the express, you know? But whatever. There is a second layer to the Yanis steed shop. Once you unlock all of the first layer, you can then do the next one. So I have been trying to make sure that I get all the memory shards so that I can do that.
If only I had wings, I could soar through the sky.
Oh, I remember this. Okay. The limited, it's an event. But one of those ones that stays after. The Scroll of Mysterious Rites. Seekers of Wisdom. Obey the Codex of Circe's. Earth-nourishing quintessence. In fine writing. Georgius's. That's not how to say Georgios? Anyway. Spring of Life Blessing. In the fine writing, Fagusa's sacred filter. And bestowed of wisdom inherits. The fine writing, Circe's tree seed. Offering neath the giant tree, the eye of wisdom will examine your devotion and bestow a reward. Oh. I assume we have to find these things related to this. Okay. Earth nourishing quintessence. In fine writing, fertile soil. So I assume we gotta find some red clay. That is... when you get close to an item, the scroll will change.
our guests in the grand baths lately.
Oh. The text at the bottom of the scroll emits a dazzling light. The materials needed for the ceremony are nearby. Take a look around. There might be something nearby for you. Legend has it that Kephales's benevolence allowed the children of the city-state to rapidly mature, granting them the strength to immediately resist their enemies. Whoa, awesome! I want to grow fast too! The installation before you looks empty at the top. What was there before? It looks like a brazier or something? Maybe it's a heat source or a light? Oh, young one, are you here to do some sightseeing? The holy candle has been out of order for a long time. It's long ceased to be bright. You've wasted your time. But Kephales's light has left many markings upon Akma. If you need, I can give you some recommendations. You ignore the kind passerby's words and touch the holy candle per your own volition. Since you're here anyway, you can't go back empty-handed. Even if this attempt fails, rubbing away some dust on the candle still lets you claim something. But after you touch it, a bright flame rises from the tip of the holy candle, and its radiance grows ever stronger. I'm going to be a father. What is going on? Carefully above, please grant me the power of omniscience. The glow atop the holy candle changes rapidly. This time, you learn from your experience and cover your eyes in advance. Wait, hold on. How did I turn back? Kephales's blessing is gone. Be this Zarius' curse instead? A story is just a story. Wait, I get it. You're always asking Great Kephale to help you do your homework. This must be punishment from the Titans. Alright, no pouting. Let's go home and write a report about this. We must not be disrespectful to the Titans. The text at the bottom of the scroll omits a okay. An unremarkable basket woven from plants native to Amphoreus. Years of direct sunlight and rain have caused its color to fade. The bottom is so stained with dirt you can even see faint traces of spider webs. It looks like it has been abandoned here without an owner for all this time. Your trailblazing spirit makes you curious whether this thing can be used, so you decide to rummage through it. You discover two things inside the basket, a bag filled with dirt and a number of small nut-like objects. Though they may seem like trash to the untrained eye, your sharp intuition alerts you to something. These seem to be the faint light coursing across their surface. Okay, so that's two of the items. Carry out over the mystical ceremony under the large ancient tree. The tree trunk is engraved with the mark of Circes. As so many years have passed, only a thin layer of original engraving remains, making it hard to notice at first sight. Comparing the location with the scroll script, you are certain that this is the location of the mysterious ceremony. There is something strange about the dirt beneath you. Perhaps the countless ceremonies performed here before have hardened the earth. As you are hit by a bizarre fluctuation of energy, your head feels a little faint. Could it be the ceremony is a success? You find it hard to believe as you look at the object that has suddenly appeared before you, suspended in midair. A number of voices begin to sound through your ears. The words sound muffled, as if they have traveled a great distance. Another follower bearing offerings in search of wisdom. You have brought the blessings of the three titans, Giorios, the soil that nurtures all living things, Faguza, the ever-reaching springs that bring life, seeds of Circe. Those will absorb all nutrients until they blossom and bear fruit. The gold fruit of the wisdom tree. We stand in its shelter, you and me. But where is the golden fruit, Circes? Why must you taunt your loyal disciples like this? Shh, quiet. You must not disrespect the gods. I understand completely. The tree has grown too old, so old that it has come to the end of its life. The voices fall into complete silence, leaving your question unanswered, but you quickly understand what has happened. Long ago, the disciples of Circes would draw some kind of power from this tree. However, after countless ceremonies, even the tallest tree of the past grows old and unable to meet the demands of the insatiable ceremonies. You have no idea how long it has been, but the ceremonies was eventually either abandoned or forgotten, and the disciples of Circes very rarely attempted it again. This is until you arrived. However, the tree no longer has anything to give you. The tree roots push a few items towards you, as if trying to leave them at your feet. As you raise your head to look at the tree, the painted eyes that engraved on its trunk seem to both looking at you and staring off at some broken alien vision. The rotten offerings you gave here also disappeared into thin air, as if they had never even existed. Fruitless tree. Secret ceremony. Mission complete. Man, these missions are a lot shorter than I was remembering. I guess that one we did with the Titan that was trying to act of its own free will, the Titankin, was the longest one, because that one took like a whole 2 hours to do, and then all of these have been like maybe 20 minutes. Complete the secret ceremony interaction event in Akama, Fruitless Tree. Buy the little chimera at Eternal Holy City Akama Yanesteed, pampering secrets. And comprehend the chimera's words in the private bath. Transform. Well, that gets us 4 more, and we will get the girls, the coins, and the homeland. Okay, that popped back up, because this was saying someone... Interesting. Anyway, we'll do elsewhere first. Elsewhere. The culture of debate has been popular in Akama for a long time, and you just so happen to have met with 2 teachers that are proficient in the arts of rhetoric. Go and see what kinds of interesting perspectives they put forward. Debate on the side of one perspective. Decision, Zeno. Icatus does not exist, or Parmenides, Icatus does exist. Icatus, or like a re-saying of Icarus? Anyway, let's see. We are making good time through these.
It's about time you do some exercise.
Oh. Well. We choose this one, I guess. I agree with Paramedes. Ha! I knew you would favor his argument. If Akama were to publicly doubt the truth of Icatus' existence, it would be certain to incite outrage. I do not mind, however. I'm willing to defend my theory. Listen, Icatus cannot be known through our senses, and we lack any method of observing it. It is no more than a lie created by the imagination of mankind. There's no real existing evidence. How can you prove its existence? Putting the facts aside, your method of proof itself is flawed. If you wish to prove the existence of something, you only need a single piece of evidence. Even if the evidence is not presently available, you cannot deny that it could appear at some point in the future. However, if you wish to prove that something does not exist, you have to fundamentally deny the possibility, indicate that there is no possible way for us to ever find evidence of its existence, whether in the present or the future. Therefore, this does not equate to non-existence on a factual level. It equates to the conceptual impossibility. Conceptual impossibility cannot be deduced through reality. If there is a lack of evidence, the only possible deduction is that the proposition cannot be verified, but it also cannot be falsified. You should head back for more logical classes with your teacher. Not bad. You excel in the art of debate, as expected, wise one from the Outlands. You have successfully grasped the weakness within my assertions. However, you have not completely refuted my argument. Allow me to continue my point. If Icatus truly exists, then allow me to ask you, in what form does it exist? If it exists in time, then it is a state of flow. Even the Titans will descend into madness, and Nikodor will fall with time. How could anything in time exist forever? If it exists in space, then it must have a physical form. Is it circular, square? Is it the same shape of Is it the same shape as Ikatus is in currently, or is it another obscure shape that cannot be measured? If it exists outside of space-time, then I truly cannot think of what method I can use to gain knowledge of it. Observations relies on light, sound requires time, and the words make use of shape. How can that which exists outside of space-time ever be known? Wise one from beyond, please enlighten me. Of course, some objects exist outside of time. When we measure time, we can count from 1 to 10 precisely because the earlier numbers still exist by the time I have reached the later numbers. I must count the earlier numbers to reach the later. There are also objects that exist outside of space. When we measure space, we have to measure the distance between objects and compare their locations in space. We can only say that something is close to something else or that something is beside something else. Time cannot be measured without numbers preceding it. Space cannot be measured without an object to serve as a reference. So does that mean that space-time is a giant box and encapsulates all things, or is it something that only has meaning by attaching itself to something else? No matter which explanation you choose, space-time cannot serve as a reason to deny the existence of something. Wonderful. Your ability to debate is truly brilliant. If you were to join the Citizens' Assembly, I am certain you could become an ambassador of justice. I cannot currently think of a new argument, so victory is yours. However, please be aware that my loss does not mean that your view is absolutely correct. In the end, debate is simply no more than a game of refuting the other party's arguments when it comes to the truth. Who knows if it exists? All I can do is remind people to remain suspicious of any object that has not been thoroughly reflected upon, whether that be Ikatus, the Titans and gods, or even a prophecy of absolute truth. The world can never be fully known. The only things that are free of doubt are doubt itself and the fact that I am doubting. All is one. Elsewhere. Okay. Well. Defend Paramedes' argument in the rhetoric dispute. I did not mean to. I just clicked on one of them, and that's what we got. So, moving forward. We're at 6. Alright. Listen to Alias's troubles. Love should be a soft whisper that none but the sky can hear. You accidentally run into a secret I wanted to say rendezvous. Was I right? Rendezvous? Rendezvous? Between two lovers, but their conversation doesn't seem happy. Oh, we have to go up again. Everybody's up on the building. Where's the orb? There it is. Guys, I'm one more away from being able to finally get to the next level of the Anastede items. Nympha. What are you just standing there for? Go after her. Oh, I wish it were that simple. You know, I come from a completely different class to Nympha. I'm a descendant of a Krymnos general, and she comes from one of the most powerful and long-lasting noble families in Akama history. During the Crisis War, our families fought against each other on the battlefield, as each represented the banner of their own city. Plenty of members from both families were slain by the other city in the fighting. And even though the Crisis War has long finished, even though the Krymnoan detachment has made peace with Akama, and even though my family was wiped out from the fall of the Old King's rule, none of the animosity has disappeared. The first night I arrived in Akama alongside Lord Mighty, an assassin made an attempt on my life. I was just a child back then. Lord Mighty lodged a complaint with the Council of Elders, and they reluctantly put a stop to things. Burdened by these familial tragedies, we are clearly the most star-crossed of lovers, and yet we are tied together by the golden thread. This must be Menesta's marvelous miracle. Praise be to the Menesta. That's precisely what we were arguing about today. We've been sneaking off a lot lately, but Nympha's parents seem to be on to us and have started sending spies to secretly tail her, or assigning a personal escort to her. Nympha proposed a plan that I don't agree with: publicize our relationship, then flee outside Akama and use public opinion to pressure her parents, only returning once they've agreed to our marriage. There's a certain cleverness to it. Only by forcing us into a desperate situation can her parents seem in the wrong. However, I'm more worried about our personal safety outside the city. As Nympha's partner, my duty is to protect her rather than merely just love her. All those wandering monsters surround the city. I'm worried that I won't be able to protect her by myself. If anything should happen to her, I'd never be able to forgive myself. I'll bide my time until a better chance comes along. I believe that if we are indeed destined to be lovers, then things will definitely take a turn for the better. Minesta will surely watch over us. Suddenly, a wave of hurried footsteps come rushing towards you, rescuing from the sickly, sweet conversation. Alias, I knew you'd be here. Something terrible has happened. Miss Saphira, what's going on? Just now in the market, Miss Nympha's parents sent goons to kidnap her and carry her off. That means her parents already know about your affair. I never expected them to actually take such tough measures against their own daughter. Miss Saphira, do you have any idea where they might have taken Nympha? They didn't say anything when they left, so I wouldn't know where to begin. Nympha's parents have a very wide network of influence in Akma. This is a big trouble. Alias, I've just heard some shopkeepers talking about Nympha's family guards. They've often been sighted near Memorial Market. I'll go check it out with my friends then, and maybe I'll be able to piece together a few clues. Thank you so much, Miss Saphira. Go and ask Coronis at the blacksmith shop. Maybe Nympha mentioned something to him before. Oh, in a world where I could just jump off this banner and use my gliding powers. The hair threw me off for a minute. I was like, Dr. Ratio. Okay. Cartonis, we must save these Starstruck lovers. What do you need, warrior of the Outlands? Nympha, got any clues about her? Nympha, I'm so sorry. There was a lot going on, and she was really upset. There was something weird. Chains. Nympha's butler, last week, ordered some chains. I got a bad feeling about this too. Cartonis, did they tell you where this stuff was going? They came by, picked it up, already gone. Really weird. In the past, always delivered things to their house. I see. If her family puts in any more orders with you, please let me know, my friend. Then try asking the restaurant owner, Kairos. He knows all about what goes on the market. In the market. What would you like to eat? Local specialties, or perhaps something more outlandish that has been lost to time? It's so disturbing. Nympha did not want to go at all, but she was carried off by 8 of their guards. I'm so sorry we couldn't stop them. Let me see. Several days back, the kitchen staff for Nympha's family placed a massive food order with me, including several expensive delicacies. It's the kind of order that you'd normally only see at a wedding banquet. So, is Nympha getting married? Standing off to one side, Alias could barely stay on his feet. He nearly drops to his knees, but luckily you're there to catch him. So, Nympha has been lying to me all along? I'm just some boy toy from the Outlands to her. Pull yourself together. There's more chance of the Dawn device never lighting up again than Nympha not loving you. The delivery schedule's for tomorrow. No matter what kind of banquet it is, you two must find Nympha before it begins. Lastly, try Theodoros in the ancient artifact store. Maybe there'll be a clue or two in their recent transactions. Hand-painted pots and ancient artifacts, all at a reasonable price. Feel free to take a look around. Those depraved old aristocrats are stealing even their children's happiness. Remembering history makes us wise, but also repeats the cycle of tragedy. A few days back, I had a really suspicious trade. The guy who looked like a retainer wanting to pawn a priceless pendant made of Kremnos eagle blood. Eagle blood is very rare, and the rare extant treasures are mostly safeguarded by Cronoan, so there's no way it'd be in the hands of an ordinary Akama guard. When I hit him up about it, he just said some aristocrat in the city gifted it to him. Here, let me show you. This? That's my mother eagle blood pendant that I gave to Nympha. I was worried about us getting busted, so I never let Nympha wear it. She must have hidden it very well somewhere at home. Every clue so far today points to one outcome and one alone. Nympha's family put her under duress. I kept a close eye on the bizarre customer. My friend said that the guy had been hanging around Memorial Palace a lot lately. Go now. I hope this eagle blood can help lead you to the one you love.
Time you do some exercise.
Where are we going? It's too big here and impossible to find where she's gone. Let's go over some past clues and try to pull out some more clues.
Another entry from Aquila's Enlightenment.
Where are you taking me? Are you really going to do this to your own daughter? You rejected all those high-born young Akuma boys, but I never thought you were doing that for a Cronoan, and it had to be this one. I've never had believed it was true if the guard hadn't shown me the necklace. My necklace? How did you find that? Give it back to me now. Such rude behavior, disrespectful language. Your current behavior is because of our failure as parents. Huh, you sure failed majorly. And if your plan hadn't been exposed, I'd never have fallen in love with that poor man who was nearly killed. Why, if you don't cherish your own freedom, then allow me to make some arrangements, and think about what you've done before the wedding begins, would you? As for that little punk, he's going to suffer. Mother, listen to me. I swear by Talanta and the scale of justice, and I will predict your future. Your bloodline will merge with the Castrum Kenos, and your progeny will carry the blood of strife. How dare you say such malicious slander? Take her to the cell and tie her up. Huh, you think that's possible? There are people all over Memorial Palace. Someone will help me pass messages. Naive child. I am talking about that room in the market. The most dangerous place is also the safest. Yes, ma'am. How unreasonable her family is. So Nympha has been putting up with such huge pressure at home, but never once let on to me about it. I have to. I've got to do something about this. Come, let's go back to the market. I will tear that place apart to find her. Man, our abilities to go back in time are so convenient. Everybody must be so happy that we are willing to stick our nose into all of y'all's business, because you would not be figuring any of this out without our ability to warp time. You're that Cronoas punk. He's here. Die. Alias throws all his might into a massive punch, instantly knocking down the guard. Huh, steal my necklace again, why don't you? There's movement inside the room instantly, footsteps dragging chains in a hurry towards the door, followed very shortly by a familiar female voice. Alias, is that you outside? My Nympha, it is I, and I brought a friend to help me out. I'm so sorry, I don't think I actually know your name. That's so funny. Thank you so much too, Mr. Warrior, for protecting my alias. Nympha, listen to me. I've thought this through very carefully. Let's elope. Let me take you away from Akuma right here, right now. Let's just go. Alias, what makes you say that all of a sudden? Well, this is the first time I've ever felt that if things stay as they are, I might really end up losing you. I kind of always took it for granted that you are mine, that our love was all the will of Minesta, that those truly in love would be afforded favor by the Titans. But it's only today that I finally realize that the one pulling on this golden thread has always been you. Your courage, your kindness, your preservation, protect our relationship. I also need to fight alongside you. Alias, do you still remember how we first met? How could I ever forget? That day you came to my blacksmith shop and we hit it off like two old friends, talking up a storm until poor Cartonos was yawning. After that we looked forward to seeing each other every day. There's something I'd never been honest with you about. I actually knew all along that my parents sent someone to try and kill you, so I wanted to reach out to you and offer up an apology for their evil. But I never thought that I'd fall head over heels in love with you as soon as we met. When you introduced me to so many Outlander friends, you opened up my eyes to the bigger world outside. Nympha. Hatred is like a snowball. Once it's been rolling for centuries, it doesn't matter who made the first mistake. Let's the hatred of the previous generation stop with us. So then, we have to go. Yes, leave, to put ourselves in danger and force those stuffy old foggies to bow their head in defeat. We will return triumphant, and then dedicate the victories of our love to the Titan, to fair and just Talantan instead of Minesta. I will follow you to the ends of the earth, my darling Nympha. Are you all good if I leave? Kind warrior, please stay a while. I have one final task to ask of you. Could you please go to the Dromos workshop outside the market and wait for us there? We'll depart from there by Dromos, and before we go, there's something very important I'd like to leave with you. So sorry to bother you once again. We'll see you later. I can check in on my baby while we're there. Why did I act like my marker on the map was the right one? My baby! Look at them! I love them, Your Honor. Okay. We'd like to leave this set of letters with you. We've just been frantically pulling us together. We must let Akuma hear of our story to avoid pesky interference from aristocrats like my parents. These letters form our best shot at providing evidence, and then we'll recount justice and love in our stead. I want to give them to you, as someone who witnessed everything. When the time is right, please, can you publicize these letters? Or else, if anything should ever happen to us, at least let us serve as inspiration for playwrights out there. I can finally wear the eagle blood necklace that you gave me out in public. It feels so good not having to hide things anymore. Just look at how happy you are. It's getting late. We have to hit the road now before we're discovered. We better say goodbye now. Hope to see you again sometime in the future. I will keep her safe. After all, now is just the beginning of our happiness together. That's cute. Love in the time of black tide. Witness Alias and Nympha's End. And now we have 6 memory crystals. Back to Yanis's steed. I really want to unlock that second shop. I've just been really bad about making sure to collect memory crystals each week. Man, this door takes 9 years to open. Alright. So that's all of that. Fully sold out. Divine foes can travel the world and bring you whatever you need, but I need enough time. Don't be impatient and hold on until the gate has closed completely. You'll get your result. Am I not doing something? Let me just double check, because I know there's like a second one, and they're like, oh yeah, make sure that you wait. Yanis Steed, HSR.
So this was my childhood dream, huh? My childhood musings, huh? So naive. I will walk to the end with all your wills, no matter the cost. So this was my childhood dream, huh?
Okay, yeah, there is a restock. How do I get it to restock? Alright, I'll look more into that afterwards so that you all aren't just sitting here while I browse the internet. Well, for now we have that. Or if any of you know, please let me know. Alright. We still have 20 more minutes, which probably means that we have enough for one more of these. I did not expect to get through so many of these. Which means that the next time we have a break when we can do the side missions, we might be able to finish off all the Amphoreus side missions. Alright, so unnatural death. Find in the grove clues that Amphoreus' value. People cannot manage to die together. Even if they die at the same time, they are simply facing their own respective deaths. Witness Amphoreus' friends' final moments as the Black Tide killed them. Well, we're definitely changing the vibe from the last side quest. Is this gonna be the one that makes me cry? They really set up these side quests a lot of times with like, oh yes, and now you are going to be crying. The terrain's a natural choke point. Set up some laser cannons from the world beyond the sky on both sides, and we have an impenetrable defense position. Unfortunately, there's no useful defenses here. The Black Tide's methods of advance are far beyond what ordinary military forces can handle. The only thing that the martyred can do is use their lives in desperate combat to delay for very limited time. I knew it. He rode in with the Black Tide. And then, along this path. Tracking the black-clad swordmaster led you to the grove's central area. Negomatz's work permit. Another intersection. Do black tides never lose their way? Before the flood of despair submerges people up to their necks, the roof is their only hope. People pray to their gods here, believing in the leap of fate as if it were a lifeline, hoping that it truly exists. The cruel part is, even the most unwavering faith cannot overcome the limits of this existence itself. Their path of destruction led. Keep tracking the black-clad swordmaster's trail. Andreas's work permit. Not even this area was safe. Nope. Nope. Oh, fine.
Light up the dawn.
Stop being in my way. It is said that hide and seek is the oldest game for all intelligent life. The hunter needs to hide to approach the prey, and the prey also needs to hide to avoid the enemy. But thinking about such things in an area destroyed by the black tide seems too cold-blooded. What kind of unease and despair did the deceased go through? It's hard to imagine. So this must be the end. Tracking the black-clad swordmaster led you to where the final battle occurred. Cleo's work permit. From the looks of it, he somehow took the fastest way through. And we know this now, that being, you know, the black-clad swordsmaster being Finon, who has lived through a million lifetimes, many more lifetimes. And so, of course, he knows the fastest way to get from point A to point B. The defenses were breached. What happened? That black-robed swordmaster? The Flame Reaver. It looks like this is exactly what happened. The black tide swept through, crushing and most people without a shred of mercy. But the scenes I just witnessed seem to highlight some odd details. There was a Chrysos stationed at the grove. They shouldn't have fallen so easily to the black tide. And that black-clad swordmaster actions, they seem rather suspicious upon reflection. All the information gathered, time to head back and discuss with Amphoreus. The Flame Reaver is more than meets the eye. How did it go? Did you find anything? This, just as I feared. It's alright. I was prepared for this outcome. For most people, escaping the grasp of the black tide unscathed is nearly impossible. To be sure, could you describe in detail the locations where these relics were found and the specific events you witnessed? You relayed the scenes from your memories to Periphas. Alas, in their final stand, Necomachus desperately clashed with the creature. Andreas called for the Titan's miracle, Miss Cleo, despite their valiant efforts to shield her. What? Hold on, from what you just told me, that enigmatic swordsmaster who tried to steal the core flame seemed ruthless, marching straight through towards the throne where the core flame is enshrined. Did I get that right? He's been to the grove before, hasn't he? I had that feeling too. It seems I'm not alone in finding his actions dubious. If he had never visited the grove before, I find it hard to believe he wouldn't be baffled by its intricate layout. Even when Nicomanus guided me on my first visit, I got lost looking for the restroom, and Andreas, who has always complained about being directionally challenged, still got lost in the grove despite working here for years. From the clues you've gathered, comparing that mysterious person's actions to those of a robber, I find it hard to believe that he hasn't scoped out the place beforehand. But the question is, does the Black Tide possess such intelligence? How did he manage to slip past the grove's defenses and head straight for the core? We're still short on info. There's something wrong here, but without conclusive evidence, it's hard to make a solid deduction. Regardless, this individual must have scouted out the grove beforehand. His methodical approach doesn't scream of a careless burglar, but rather hints at a calculated assassin who's thoroughly in the know. Cleo, Nicomatus, Andreas, everyone at the grove, may you rest in the embrace of Thanatos. As for us, the Outlanders, the unknown threat is getting closer. Let's stay vigilant at all times. The killer is not from this game. Help Periphas discover what happened to his friends. Yeah. Wait, wait, the killer is not from this game. Is that an in-joke? Oh my gosh, I can't remember what the word I'm looking for is called. Is that, like, it's referencing the fact that Amphoreus is a simulation and that the Black Reaver is not from this iteration of the round of this simulation that we're on? Oh my gosh, that's so interesting to see that achievement now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, plus if you had done this quest back when it was released in the patch, that would have totally put you in the, like, okay, someone is helping the Flame Reaver on the inside, or the Flame Reaver is one of us, like, kind of deals. Wow. Oh, we can access this one again. Wonder what she had to do with the last quest, that it apparently was, like, busy. Well, that took 10 minutes, so I guess on to the next one.
Peaceful days are like breezes.
Okay,
carrying
interview
the scent of
witnesses.
wheat fields.
G'day, friend. Looking for some good stuff that floats in a whimsy? You've come to the right place. A child? Maybe? Maybe not. My memory ain't what it used to be, but maybe a few balanced coins will get it working again. Hey, chill out. I was just kidding around. No need to use Fagusa's crown against me. I saw that kid, and I also know exactly what she's looking for all this time. She's hiding up high on a platform to the right. Go take a look. That's where she stashes all her precious stuff. I hear that kid is hiding on the platform opposite. I can go around the roof to get there. This must be her hiding place. I guess she hasn't made it back yet. Oh, sorry. Mister, do you know where my mom and dad are? I haven't seen them since that day. I heard you've been standing sentry at the city gates and know pretty much everyone. You must know where they went then, right? They have probably headed off somewhere very far away. How far? Don't tell me they went back to our hometown without telling me. I want to find them. I don't think you'll be able to. It's really dangerous outside Akuma. I'm not afraid of danger. I just want my mom and dad. I've been out for a walk outside the city before with grown-ups, so if I go out again, I'll be fine. The Incantesians are as stubborn as a pack of dromuses. You might not be afraid of anything, but you still need to get yourself ready before you head out again. You don't want to give up halfway, do you? Get ready? What do you mean by that? Like lots and lots of money. You'll need money to buy equipment and supplies, and you should probably hire a few dromuses plus a group of attendants. Oh, and then what? You worry about all that stuff first. You know it's not easy earning money, right? I understand. I'll do my best to save money until I've got enough to go find them. As you watch the memory fragments intently, the sound of footsteps ring out behind you. Granddad Zagreus, I pray to you one last time. Please make my legs lightning fast. I have never failed to escape before. There's no way you could catch me. But even if I did get caught, it doesn't really matter, does it? I can't move. She throws the thing she's holding in her arms at you, your lost money pouch. Not a single penny is missing. I found this on the ground and wanted to return it to you. Fine, I admit that I didn't want to give it back to you at first. But that doesn't matter now. No matter how much money I can save, there's no point. Lippos told me, Icatus is gone, and my mom and dad... A bard never lies. I'll never be able to go back to my hometown, and I'll never see my mom and dad again. The girl begins to sob quietly. Icatus, just from the name of the city, you guess it is a place of ill omens. That place has been wiped from the face of the earth and buried alongside the child's hopes. The girl tilts her head to one side and looks down at the market. It's hard to tell whether she wants to join in. So now, what can I do? What should I do? Go and learn a musical instrument. You know so many rumors and tales. If you learn to play an instrument, I'm sure you make a fantastic bard. I understand. I'll give it a try. The girl walks down slowly, her steps stilted, yet never quite toppling over. Tomorrow is a new day. Find what you lost in Akaba, the witness, and witness a child's change. Okay, let's do another one then. We're still not at the 2-hour mark. Honestly, if I get this one done before the 2-hour mark, we'll just do the last two, because we might as well finish them all off at this point. You promise to visit the families of those who lost their lives at the Grove, and find out about how they're doing at Hyacinth's request. Aside from this, however, you might be able to do something more. Man, are all of these in, like, Memorial Market? Or just in this area? Young one, thank you for bringing word of them. What brings you here? Oh, thank you. Such a kind child. Do you have some time to chat with an old man if you're not too busy? It's funny how people work. I rarely kept in touch with my 2 girls before, but now they're... Well, I have so many things I wish I could tell them. Those 2 were quite the handful growing up. I saved every penny to send them to school, thinking that maybe if they became scholars and spent more time with books, they'd settle down a bit. But every time they came home and told me about life in the Grove, it was nothing but crazy stories about secretly reading forbidden books or getting paid to fake attendance. Just imagine, making such a mess even in a place like the Grove. How in the world did I raise 2 daughters with such special talents for mischief? No, it's alright. I've already made peace with it. They might not have been the destined crisis heirs, but they lived their life their own way, you know? I'm proud of who they were. All I regret is that these old bones won't let me travel to the Grove anymore. I heard young Titus got word about his old man and left with the expedition team a few days ago. He's like me. We both know that the Black Tide doesn't leave behind anything. But still, we want to find whatever's left of them. What? You mean it? I mean, no, that's asking too much. It's too risky. I really appreciate it, young one, but don't put yourself in danger for an old grandpa like me. I can't thank you enough. Please be careful out there and make sure you come back to us safely. And one more thing, if I may. Could you possibly check out on young Titus too? His father is an old friend and I'm concerned. Thank you for all of this.
Hearing this melody.
What is the closest?
Light up the dawn.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. He devoted his life to uncovering the true essence of love. What an admirable spirit. Oh, I've listened to them prior. You recall reading this memory. The elder sister... Oh, so it does also know that I already read this. The elder sister at Crisis Air fought courageously but couldn't survive the black-clad swordsmaster's blow. Her younger sister, though no warrior, took up the fallen blade and stood guard over his sister's barely cold body against the monsters. Would you like to revisit that moment now? Yeah, I've already listened to this one. The lifeless remains of the black tide monsters lie scattered about. Their current stillness makes it hard to imagine how dangerous and frenzied they were when still active. Humans are slain by monsters created in the black tide, and then they, in turn, are turned by the tide into new monsters. Though you're no stranger to the black tide and its offsprings, the thought still sends chills down your spine. You find yourself wondering what final thoughts crossed these sisters' minds as they faced such utter despair. A broken-tipped sword, still largely whole, lies coated in stains that mask its original appearance. You pick it up carefully, then it dawns on you. Could this be the blade the younger girl raised in her last defiant stand? You decide to bring this back to old Fabio, though first there's the old man's request to tend to. You should go find Titus. Who's... Oh, it's you. What brings you to this place? It's not safe here. Best not to linger. Huh? You... I appreciate it, my friend, but I'm okay. I got an expedition team with me. They cost an arm and a leg, but they'll keep me safe. That stubborn old fool, always clinging to the grove, treating Akuma like it's poison to him. Now, thanks to this little trip, I burned through 3 years of saved vacation time and my poor piggy bank's almost empty. Say, my friend, they say you can wield Ornyx's divine power. Is that true? If so, could you help me out? Check if that old man left anything behind. I'll owe you one and we can discuss payment. Sorry, it's not much, but once I'm back in Akuma, just name your price. Thank you, my friend. Looking forward to hearing from you. Let's see. You recall reading this memory. When the raging black tide and its countless monsters came, the old man guarded the library of Philia all alone, noble yet doomed as he attempted to use the might of books against Thanos' beckoning. Would you like to visit that memory? No. You tell the man everything you saw in the memory, describing each moment in precise detail. Nowhere to go? What nonsense. Has he truly lost his mind? Can't even make up a decent excuse. And those legs he complains about? Last time I accidentally broke his favorite pipe, he chased me through half the grove. Now suddenly he's a burden? Ha! When he should be stubborn, he gives in. That old fool. Where was all this consideration during our arguments? Gods, I should have just dragged him back home with me. I got him this perfect house, right between the marketplace and the baths. Premium location, didn't spare any expense. Even built him a private library in the courtyard. All that care, all that money. Do you know how much money I wasted for that old fool? Gods. I was just talking about it. Why didn't you try staying in the house for once? The anger in his voice shatters like glass, grief pouring through as his shoulders shake with silent sobs. You suddenly feel the pressure on your chest, like your clothes suddenly all became drenched in water and are sticking suffocatingly to your skin. Thanks, really. But I'll be fine. Could you just give me a moment?
Peaceful days are like breezes carrying the scent of wheat fields.
Just hearing this melody.
Oh, thank goodness. You're back, young one. Miss Hyacinth was just here, worried sick about you going to the grove alone. Are you hurt? Tell me you're alright. Oh, that's good to hear. You've done well. So, were you able to find anything? By carefully above. This is... You tell old Fabio everything you saw in the memory, how Artakama fought bravely until her last breath, and how Nian raised her sword. The weary father listens in silence, clutching the sword tightly to his chest as tears stream down his face. Thank you. He seems to be trying to express his gratitude, but only manages to vocalize broken and confused syllables through his sobs. Best to give him some space with his grief. If I had not seen those memories already, this would have been the one that got me to cry. It literally always is the last one I'm doing, where it's just like, okay, and now we're going to make you sob. Well, it didn't quite hit to 2 o'clock, but it still was pretty short. So let's see. Visit the families of those who died in the Grove disaster and fulfill their wishes. Peace for the living. But those were both like 10-minute quests. We might as well just do these last 2 and just be done with all the Amphoreus side quests. At least until I finally do the new maps. I'm sure the new maps that I have not touched exploring have some quests in them too. Alright, so wait a minute. Let me read this out to you first. Okay. In the shelter of the Dawn Cloud, you hear Glycon, the arena hero, in his lamentation saying that though Kratos insists on maintaining order in the arena, he denied Glycon's plea to venture out and rescue other citizens. Go and demand an explanation from Kratos. You again. Even if you brought Kalis along this time, I still won't agree. Just holding this place is already a struggle, let alone sending people out for rescue missions. Letting civilians go out alone is no different from sending them to their deaths. This is for your own good, too. Civilians? I've already told you I'm no civilian. I've told you all about my glorious achievements, shown you my strong, well-built muscles. I even gave you my autograph. That was the thing you forced on me, wasn't it? Sorry, Lord Glycon. I acknowledge your achievements in the arena, but competition and real combat are not the same thing. I don't want anyone to throw their life away needlessly. If it's you, Kalos, going with them, I naturally trust your strength. Fantastic, Kalis. In the next Arcanius games, I'll make sure to thank you first in my victory speech. Feeling honored? The guards have reported that there are refugees calling for help from the temple across the way. Its structure is similar to this place. If we clear out the monsters lurking inside, we might be able to establish a safe shelter there. At least 2 more waves of the Black Tides are approaching. Go rescue the refugees and claim the glory you seek, but be extremely careful. Just go across the way. Help! I don't think I can make it! Don't say such foolish things, brother. Didn't we promise to reach the pinnacle of Akuma Marketplace together? The savings I've gathered from running my stall these years, I hid them. At least finish what you were saying. Ah, it's you. Aquila has opened their eyes. Salvation is finally here. That's a long story. Hold a little longer. Hope is right in front of us. I really have a bit of a fear of heights. Feeling a bit better now. Ugh, this is just the 2nd floor. With you acting like this, how are you ever going to reach the top of Akuma Marketplace? You don't have to keep pretending to be strong. The real champion is here. We'll crush the monsters like we're holding a discus, right, Kalis? Yes, the battle phase is about to begin. Fortunately, the surrounding companions are skilled in their own ways. You don't want to ask for their help. I mean, he wants to be a hero. Really? Me? Let me just do it myself. That's right, the passionate, intense battles with every punch landing are the true romance of a hero. Your bat is craving for a thrilling, full-on fight.
Light up the dawn.
The monsters in the temples were all wiped out, and Kilik helped Kalak down the stairs. The joy of having Fine on right now. Thanks to both of you. Being back on solid ground feels so much better. Ever since we stopped the spear and shield business, we've been coming up with some new little gadgets. The great ideas we've come up with this time is a dawn device. Let your candles shine with the brilliance of the dawn machine, so we came to the temple to discuss a partnership. However, before it was our turn to meet with the priest, a disaster struck. Everyone panicked and fled, most of them running into the back hall of the temple, while we made our way to the 2nd floor. I really don't want to go through that kind of thing again. Are there any other refugees in the back hall? There are still at least 2 waves of Black Tide coming. If they break into the back hall, things could get really bad. Go take shelter first. Fleeing in the face of danger is not our style. Even if we were caught selling counterfeit goods, we'd face it head on without hesitation. Besides, the world is about to reset. If we don't go all out in these final moments, it'd be such a waste. Worst case scenario, we'll meet again in the next life. And we must avenge ourselves. Those stupid monsters ruined our whole plan to make a comeback. I want to get my revenge too. Those blasted monsters ruined all the reasoning I had prepared to convince the priests. I want to get my revenge too. Those bloody monsters. I still haven't won my 4th individual gold medal in the discus event. Not the... Avengers! Assemble! Okay. We're short of both manpower and supplies. Even with someone as strong as me in charge, it's going to be tough to hold off the Black Tide. The counterfeit goods. The merchandise that was confiscated by the Council of Elders before are nearby, so we can go retrieve them. There are some weapons among them that we can use to arm the refugees, and some armor that can be stacked to make barricades. That's right, the strongest shield made of Giorios' nails, capable of withstanding anything, and the strongest spear forged by Nikador's pikes, capable of piercing through anything. Hey, now, it's not the time to be picky. The storage room isn't far. Please hold the line until we get back. Kilak and Kilik disappeared into the bushes, vanishing from sight. In the distance, a chilling howl echoed, followed by a surge of black turbulence, glowing with an ominous red light, rushing forward. Another wave of attack has begun. Time for a beating. We'll toss these monsters into a ditch like throwing a hammer, right, Kalis? Yes, it's another battle phase. Fortunately, you have reliable companions by your side. Someone who has surpassed human limits. Perhaps you can ask for their help. He came for this exact reason, didn't he? Me? You suddenly remember that you still need some upgrade materials. You know how it is. There's no such thing as too many upgrade materials.
That looks like a tough one. Let me test the waters first. I have it under control. With this divine power, I reforge all things.
Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
A future will come. To the soul, insanity. Bloom. The dead return!
Torment and doubt, farewell.
For tomorrow! Fury of innumerable core flames consume me. Hail the new dawn!
He is so cool, guys. I love him. You cut through the monsters like slicing through melons and vegetables, effortlessly clearing them out. Impressive moves out there. If you ever enter a wrestling competition, I'd have to step out of your way. Why don't you rest a bit? We can work out our next steps afterwards. We can't just sit around doing nothing while we wait for them to come back. Should we really take such an aggressive approach? There are shields stored in the vicinity. Let's use them to construct a basic barricade before those two merchants get back. I remember there are shields over here. Grab them. Don't forget these ones too. They seem sturdy enough. Put them by the doorway. You and Glycon go set up the shields. Looks good enough. When they come back with the shields and lances, we'll be safe from the Black Tide's intrusion. I think I heard something. Have they arrived? You listen carefully, but instead of a merchant chatter, you hear shrill, intense cries. Black turbulence surges violently through the streets. Another attack is upon you. I don't even know how they say it. It's like Dilalis or something like that. You senseless beast, if you know who I am, you'd be running for your lives. We'll crush them all like riding a chariot, right, Kalis?
Serenity is before me.
To the soul. With this divine power, I reforge all things. I have it under control. Receive divinity. A future will come.
Torment and doubt, farewell. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
For tomorrow. Insanity.
Serenity is before me.
A future will come. Fury of innumerable core flames consume me. You sun, tear the sky.
These creatures chasing me like fans desperate for an autograph. Dialis. I just can't go on fighting anymore. The Black Tide creatures continue to gather in waves, about to breach the courtyard. We have arrived! Heh. When the Black Tide swallows the tallest mountain and levels the deepest valleys, only one thing can bear our latest hope and herald a new era, the strongest shield. When the night overtakes the last dawn, devouring all brightness, only one thing can banish evil threats and safeguard the whole world, the strongest lance. Rest assured, we'll deliver them to you. We're saved! A customer once asked what would happen if the strongest lance were to strike the strongest shield. We tested it. Both items pulverized each other into dust. The lance and shield were never meant to oppose one another. What do you think would happen if they turned together to face a common enemy? Here, watch this. The two merchants lift their packs, gripping lances in their left hand and shields in their right, charging into the courtyard. A blade shatters lances, breaks shield, and finally pierces flesh. Facing blades and arrows, they charge into the courtyard and collapse to the ground. This is the strongest lance and shield. With their last words, they close their eyes and with peaceful smiles. What on earth? Aranova is not meant for recklessness. What's this funny yet sad feeling? Kalis, no time to grieve for them now. We'll meet them again in Aranova. I'll hold them off while you reinforce the barricade with the goods they brought. Glycon takes up the lance and shield from the merchants' belongings to hold back the Black Tide creature riders. Meanwhile, you rush to the entrance of the barricade with the remaining items. The last of the Black Tide creatures is vanquished just as the barricade is completed. Ah, it's you. I saw your fight from across the way. That was a close one. We tried to come and help, but the Black Tide had us cornered as well. Things are looking up now. Thanks to the lance and shield those two heroes delivered, we can now defend the area with a smaller force. May they fall into a pleasant slumber. Most of the citizens sheltering the back hall are safe. Despite our limited supplies, Lord Kratos sent provisions and medications, and we've treated all the wounded. Some citizens trapped elsewhere have come seeking shelter. We'll take good care of them until the new world arrives. Honestly, the quality of this batch of arms leaves much to be desired, but in their desperate times, we're thankful to have found them at all. They'll last as long as they can. By the Sky Father, we will do our utmost not to let everyone's efforts go to waste. Oh, where is he? He's over here. It's you, Kalis. I'm not feeling so great. That old, stubborn Kratos, I said we could handle it. That battle was my most impressive showing ever, and we also have those two merchants to thank. Without them, the temple would have fallen. Even if souls really do travel to the world after Aranova, the fear and pain of death at that moment remains real. Whatever their reasons, whatever their methods, sacrificing one's life to spare others from their torment of death is a noble deed. I hope that after Aranova, they truly rise to become the finest merchants in Akuma. When that happens, you absolutely must witness the grandeur of Akuma's games. The merchant convey and constantly warring city-states pause their conflicts. Streets and temples' columns are adorned with flowers. People speaking different dialects raise tents, praise each other's athletic bodies, and compete for the laurel wreaths. Of course. Biosphere 2. What do we got? Work with others to establish a new shelter. And then our last one. Having reached Dawncloud, you find no sign of Mr. Nice Guard that Serena spoke of. Try to inquire with the guard on duty. Stop, you. Oh, it's you, Kalis. The ward's already reached Akuma. You might be pretty skilled and powerful, but if you don't have anything urgent that's keeping you out here, it's best not to linger outside and find shelter. The guard's tone is as tough as his armor. He doesn't seem like the type to go tender easily. Someone called Mr. Nice Guard. You got any other details? If you give any more details, you'll expose things. Serena doesn't want to cause the guards more trouble. Well, absolutely not. Look at the sorry state of things. The kids should stay where they're safe. Do you need something else? The one you're familiar with might be my colleague, maybe? We've been on a cycling in and out of the same post for more than a decade. The situation is critical. The Holy City Guards transferred a bunch of people to hold back the tide. There's only a small group left here to maintain order and evacuate civilians. My colleague got deployed to a front line. I've switched with him, but he refused. He just told me to stay here and leave the front lines to him. I know his father was a guard of the city too, slaying monsters of the Black Tide. He always wanted to do the same thing, to prove he had the strength to protect his family in Akuma. You got me acting up. A cold sweat here. You can just praise my friend. I didn't do much. From Kefali Plaza to the city gates, the main Black Tide defense line, the batch of guards might all be deployed there. Hope they make it back in one piece. This time I'm swapping shifts with him no matter what. Go to the place he talked about. Maybe you can lend the guards a hand even. Oh, is that purple I see? I need that. Finon is, greedy for that. Oh. I'm just gonna walk back. I hate using that rising platform. It irritates me. Did a battle just happen here? You check his breathing with the worst case scenario in mind and confirm the absence of life in his body. His nameplate on his chest has a few blurred words inscribed there. Vidis? Click, a sound comes. A disturbance resounds from beneath his armor. You check carefully and discover the source to be a stone-made voice amplifier. Fidus, still fitting with that amplifier. I remember that was something that belonged to your father. Yeah, he liked to use it to play pretend, making voices for me when I was small. After he died in battle, I kept it. I thought it would never come in handy again, but it turns out I ended up mimicking voices with it sometimes too, and that day at the Dawn Cloud. It was just an unexpected moment born of desperation, but seeing how happy it made the kid, I thought it was worthwhile lie. I really hope she's still keeping the faith now. Really? Who did you impersonate? If I said I impersonated Kethely, would you believe me? Ha! Stop joking around. Say you're not deliberately jesting to lift our mood with how desperately the war's going, right? Oh no, look there. Black Tide monsters incoming. Which wave of battle are we on now? Let's go. Let's get ready. We can't let the kids of Holy City lose their smiles. So that's how it was. I understand. Fiddies. Oh, Mr. Niceguard, who sneaked us into the world-bearing altar and impersonated Kefali for Serena. That was his name. But sadly, he fell. As you sink deep into your thoughts, a despairing wail comes off from the side. All-knowing Sky Father, see your fallen guards, your people. Why does death stay in the Holy City? Have you abandoned them? The Aranova, our Aranova, I always believed that we would awaken to that warmth, radiant future and the tranquil dreams. But why does your dawn device darken? Didn't the chaplain say it would protect us till forever? The priest's sobs fade, and you know the eternal protection was a lie that Cypher created. When truth is revealed and faith shatters, will Serena be able to handle the following consequences? Yes, indeed, you recall Fidus's last words. We can't let the kids of the Holy City lose their smiles. But how should we proceed? A plan forms in your mind. You take Fidus's stone-made amplifier and tell that upright guard the whole story, asking him to bring the children before the Colossus, and then use your lies to complete the children and Fidus's final wish. Let's do that then. The next day, after clearing the monsters roaming Dawncloud at entry hour, you stand before Kefali's statue. Perfect timing. I'll hide before Serena and them arrive. Standing there, your well concealed, you grip the stone amplifier in your pocket and think of how Mr. Niceguard. Footsteps approach. Under a guard escort, Serena, Yosun, and Lithina arrive. Kids, by Kalis' sincerest request, we will make an exception and allow you into the Dawncloud to behold the Titan's sacred form. It's extremely dangerous to wander out recklessly, so I intend for us to return the moment we encounter any monsters. But thanks to Kefali's divine providence, we didn't cross paths with any. Yeah, thankfully I cleared out the roads first. Don't waste your time. You can all pray to the Titan for a while. Thanks, mister. It's an amazing sight. Serena, you really came here before? Told you I wasn't lying. Go ahead and pray now. Oh, and you have to do it with the piety and devoted faith. The Skyfather will definitely respond to your wishes as genuinely as he did mine. Ain't that right, Mr. Guard? Yes, of course. Dawn machine. So big. Will it fall on us? Weird. No response? Kefali won't answer such stupid questions. Children of humanity, the dawn device indeed weighs heavy, even my shoulders. But worry not, for where you cannot see, I still have a hand steadily bearing its weight. Dummy Yason, what kind of question is that? You've wasted a chance to pray. My turn. Skyfather Kefali, I ask you sincerely, Akuma and the world-bound wind have slowed. Be the news true or false, but everywhere seems to be at war. Chaos reigns, and on the cliffs stand strange shadows. Everyone said that it's because Era Nova is coming. What I want to know is, how will you protect us? Will you reach out and take us to the new world? Or it's like, after we've been dead for a long time, you'll breathe a breath and resurrect us? I'm very scared of dying, so I hope it's the first. I visited Thanatos' netherworld. There was a sea of tranquil flowers, where all souls will become floral seeds to receive the care and light of the Death Titan. Fear not death. The ones who departed earlier are but earlier arrivals at the Sea of Flowers. Treat this disaster as a nightmare, children. When you wake, all will reunite in the new world, be they living or dead. Battery dies. Alright, children, prayer time over. Remember how the Skyfather replied to you? Yeah, neither meteors nor the Dawn device will fall on me. Everyone in Akuma will definitely reach Era Nova safely. Good, now you're all the chosen children who heard from the Skyfather. You should be with your families and stay safe and at ease during the apocalypse. Serena is catching on to us. It's over, huh? Serena is still here? Better sneak away from her quietly. I'm invisible. I'm invisible. Young sir, I see you. I have been caught. Young sir, it was you who responded to our voices just now, right? Yeah. Figures. I deceived you before, mister, but now you tricked me. Mister, tell me the truth. I can handle that. Was that voice last time also fake? It wasn't really Kefali either, right? It was Mr. Niceguard, right? Actually, I know about Kefali's voice. Who Mr. Niceguard is, all of it. Bad liars. Can't really keep a lie for very long. Everyone did so much for me. The ones who protected me aren't just the distant titans, but also those around me. Because Yasun and Lathina still don't know yet. So many people have looked after me, so I wanted to look after two kids who are even smaller than me, too. I almost burst into tears the first time I heard Kefali's voice. I want them to hear it, too, so that they believe. So that they know when the Era Nova in the prophecy comes, we'll be protected by the world-bearing Titan. Plus, I'm Serena. I've slept in busted wooden boxes and kept myself alive by stealing. Don't matter if the prophecy comes true or not. I've always done my best to keep surviving. Back at Memorial Market, I'll tell all the aunts and kids. Kefali's reply is true. The Skyfather wants us to hold on to hope till the last day of the apocalypse. And then we will all meet again. Thank you, young sir. We'll meet again in Era Nova. One day, Kefali. Disguise yourself as Kefali for the sake of the children's smiles. Well, I was not expecting to get through all of them in one sitting. But there you go. So apparently they have definitely shortened down the side quests outside of that one with the Titan that was in love with the guy who was not someone that she should have put her hopes and dreams in. They met a fitting end. Praise be to the end of that one. But okay, I guess we are cleared out in preparation for the next set. I am going to wait, because as you all know, I've like cleared out the maps, as you can see. Outside of the new ones, I've cleared out all of the maps. I am going to wait to do these new ones. Oh, I'm still missing treasures here. Interesting. I thought those were related quests, but I did not find those. So maybe I'll need to look into that. But I, for the most part, cleared out everything, as you can see. So instead, we are... we're leaving them because I want to do these, once the new events, because there's gonna be an event that has to do with treasures, that's gonna So I'm leaving the treasures for that. Once that event comes out, I can then sweep the map and also do that event at the same time. So yeah, so that is it. We are, I guess, all ready to go in preparation. And then the areas that I have not cleared out, I don't think have quests that I'm missing. Oh no, they do. Okay, so we do have a couple side quests from the new areas that we will add to the roster. But other than that, we are good to go. So I will see you all next week, whether that be on Friday or the Monday following. Shush. Or the Monday following. And we will get started on that new one. And we will hope and pray I do not get spoiled, because I've already seen some stuff and I'm like, nope, nope, nope. I will not be spoiled for this. I have enjoyed the Amphoreus questline too much to be spoiled before I get to play it. So I will see you all then, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week and get some good sleep. Bye, everyone!